Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Mid-Tier Thoughts. A little bit of change of scenery today. We're in my living room instead of in my garage because it is a little bit cold in my garage right now, and I didn't want to do it in there. So we're in my living room. A little bit of change of pace. So if you're anything like me, and people in your family and your extended family know you're kind of a gun guy or prepper, things like this, throughout the years and throughout whether it be Christmas, birthday, whatever other things people give gifts for, you usually wind up acquiring a bunch of random like survival and tactical gear stuff. You'll get pouches for this, that, or the other. And not sometimes, maybe your family members know what they're getting and they get you some good quality stuff. Sometimes maybe it's not so great. And it just kind of gets thrown in a bin or just thrown somewhere and you're like, oh, gee, thanks, and it's not like the best stuff, or it's not stuff you're like necessarily going to use because maybe it's something like the cheapest Amazon special or something like that. Maybe they got you a surplus magazine pouch they found somewhere, or maybe you have a veteran family member who was emptying out a storage unit, gave you some stuff, or someone bought you a weird flashlight from Walmart as a stocking stuffer, things like this, or maybe a cheap multi-tool, something like that, right? We all have stuff like that where whether we bought it ourselves whenever we were first getting started, or whether someone bought it for us as a gift for a holiday, something like that. And it's just stuff that, it's okay, but it's not the best stuff out there. And we kind of just relegate it to the garage, a bin, backup stuff, whatever. So I kind of got the idea growing through my head. I was like, what if I bet you I have enough of this stuff that I could just throw together that I've acquired over the years from either upgrading kit or getting stuff that has been given to me for Christmas, things like that. And I bet you I could make a kit for it, like kind of a, what if I just had to go through my garage and throw something together if I didn't have anything? Could I do it? And I was able to. So I'm calling this the BARK, Broke Ass Rifleman Kit. So this is the Broke Ass Rifleman Kit. The concept behind this, it's kind of if you had to spend as little amount of money as possible, the absolute bare minimum, taking into account like things you've been given as gifts and all those things you're probably just going to throw away or give away anyway, throw it into a kit. What could you do it? And the idea behind here is this is something that potentially could be used. My personal use case for something like this is as I was putting together would be like this wouldn't be something too bad to like throw in the truck or put in a go bag or something, throw in a vehicle and just have it ready in case like if I'm out on the road and need something to be something I could have but I wouldn't necessarily miss. Or if the buddy kit, if you got a buddy, something like that, or even the kit I'm going to show you, it's pretty lightweight. So like if you wanted to go on a hike but you didn't want to take all of your full kit with you, just want to have something light and still kind of get in the mood of hiking with guns and gear and things like that. Or if you're just starting out and you have no idea and no money, you're 19, you have $4 to your name, you're, whatever, your rent's due tomorrow and you need a kit, could you do it? Kind of just show you the way my weird mind works. So let's go ahead and get into it. When it comes to personal safety online, it's on us to protect ourselves. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura keeps you safe online by doing all the hard work for you. They identify data brokers who are selling your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Well, you could, in theory, opt out of these data brokers yourself. Every one of them has a different policy and way of operating, which is why Aura is so nice since they step in and handle all of that for you behind the scenes. No headache, no problems. Give Aura a few weeks and you'll stop seeing your information on the sites when you search yourself, which will lead to way less spam. I know my Gmail folder is way smaller now that I've started using Aura. Aura will also continuously monitor the dark web and alert you if they find any personal information exposed. Anytime you sign up for a newsletter or a website and that stuff gets leaked, they're there to step in and help you out. They're going to let you know fast if anyone tries to use that information to access your credit or bank accounts. Plus, they give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. The Aura app also has a VPN with over 100 virtual locations. Does your VPN do that? You can go to the link in the description or type aura.com/midtierthoughts to try 14 days for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed and let you know. Stop leaving yourself vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. Go to my sponsor, aura.com/midtierthoughts, get a 14-day free day trial, and see if any of your data has been exposed. Link in description. See below. So to start out with our base kit, this is just a reproduction Alice kit H harness. These things are dirt cheap. You can find surplus ones out there for reasonable prices. You can get good ones on Amazon. This is an Amazon made in China one. They're dirt cheap. You can go out and find these all day long on Amazon for like 20 bucks or less, usually $15. But kind of going left to right, what we have here. So the base belt is an Alice belt. Again, going to the surplus route, trying to save money, making this as cheap and effective as possible. Notice there's no pistol or holster on here for it. The idea behind this was it was a rifleman kit, no pistol involved. If you have your EDC on you, maybe you could have that. or maybe you could use a pouch as a holster if you don't have one. So this is kind of the idea is outside of your EDC, if you don't have one yet or whatever you're at with that, the idea was this is rifle centered. You could have this as a backup or something with you, but in theory, we're just going pistols only with this. So kind of from left to right here, I have an HSGI double mag pouch. So this is probably the most expensive piece of gear on here. These range anywhere between 30 to 50 bucks, depending upon where you buy them from. Sometimes you can find them cheaper. This, I don't remember how I got this, but I have it floating around and I don't remember buying it. So this one in particular in here, because I'm not having pistol mags, I have a flashlight. I think this was tactically acquired at some point during my time in the Navy. From where, I couldn't tell you. This is a Pelican light. It's not the best light in the world. It's not an LED. It's actually a incandescent bulb. You can kind of see how that is. But the battery lasts years. It's not that bad of a light. You can beat the crap out of it. And again, the idea here is this is cheap stuff that you've gathered throughout the years from God knows where that you're kind of throwing together to see if you could make something useful out of it. So that's the Pelican light that's in there. And a cheap multi-tool that I got for Father's Day, I think, one year. It came from like Amazon, Walmart, something like that. Nothing too crazy. It's got all your normal stuff here. It's got, you know, the pliers, wire cutters, all your bells and whistles, all your blades, and all your different screwdriver pieces and such. Nothing too fancy, just a kind of you know, less expensive Walmart type version of a multi-tool, something in there. And then moving here to our ammunition, this is an old USGI. I think it's actually made by Eagle Industries. It's one of their double mag pouches. Oh, the Spectre gear. Tell you what, if I read the tag, I can tell you. This is a surplus one that I've had, or a surplus one that I'm pretty sure left with the Navy, with me from the Navy. Could be wrong about that. I don't really remember where I got this, but again, the idea being clearing out your stuff, finding things, right? And this holds 4 magazines of 5.56, 4 AR magazines. If you want to put like a G3 mag or an M14 in here, it will only hold 2, so that is, you know, something to think about. But that is kind of my ammunition for here, 4 magazines. I could have more with other ways. I could throw them in my pockets, things like that. But that's at least a good way to start. Then over here, this is an old Proper pouch that I had whenever I went on deployment. I'm pretty sure someone got this for me as a birthday present. I had my birthday right before when I went on my last deployment, and when I was in the Navy, and just used it to throw extra stuff in there. Currently in there, I've got a cleaning kit and some medical stuff in there, as well as some toilet paper. So little surplus cleaning kit in here. That's like the old Vietnam style. So the idea, again, if you're only having just a rifle, then you might want to make sure that your rifle stays up. I've got some small medical stuff in here and a small thing of toilet paper for like camp rolls of toilet paper in here, but nothing too fancy. Just a cheap little day pack type of deal. And little morale pouch on there, stockpile ammo, resist tyranny. That's actually from Ammo Squared. Not sponsored by them, but if you guys haven't checked out Ammo Squared, definitely should. Good way to stockpile ammo for the cheap. So over here, I've got another magazine pouch. This one I've just repurposed to hold a water bottle that I got for, I'm pretty sure I got this for Father's Day at 1.2 for my kids. So this is just a swell, not sure anything about that, but this is just a nice little double insulated water bottle on here. I use this whenever we, you know, go out on walks, things like that, go like on hikes or whatever. And it fits really well in one of these little pouches. Then over here for the knife, I've got a Mora knife. This one is just an orange handle on here. The Mora knives, these things are made in Sweden. These, honestly, for like, I think they sell these at my local sporting goods store for like $8 or $9. And these are killer knives for $9. Like, this is probably the best way to go for $9 is to get a Mora knife. These things are super sharp. You can patina the blades. I've got one that I've done that too. I'll show them the channel sometime. But these things are really great knives for no money. And then finally, for all of this kit, we'll show the weapon system. Again, the idea here being that you're broke and you're going as cheap as possible. This here is a BCA upper on a palmetto lower. So this is an A2 lower with a BCA upper. I actually got this upper from BCA. It's the only BCA upper that I actually really like so far. And say what you will about them, you know, from what my experience has been okay. I don't know if they cherry pick, but my experience has been okay with them. The stuff I've seen from their quality control, whenever it comes to ones you might just buy off the shelf, has been like 50-50 as far as ones I've been sent. They've been really good. So I don't know what that says about BCA. Take that as your own thing, but it's held up with me so far. But yeah, just a basic bare bones rifle that you could replace with whatever bare bones rifle that you want. You've got just your standard sights, a 20-inch barrel. I mean, this thing's going to serve you plenty fine as far as a regular, just normal rifle. Yeah, that's the broke-ass Rifleman kit. I'll throw all this on real quick, kind of give you an idea of how this looks and how it works, and we'll go from there. Okay, so as far as the broke-ass Rifleman's kit go, again, we've got our basic rifle. Down here is our BLACKOUT, multi-tool, magazines, butt pack. Swap to the other side. You've got your mortar knife and your water. And the butt pack is going to have a little bit of medical in it and cleaning kit, thing of toilet paper. That's about it. So with that, speaking of things I got for my birthday, this is the bearskin outer shell. I don't have a code or anything for them. This is an advertisement. Just these things are actually pretty cool. I actually really like this. So I didn't have to spend my money to find out, somebody else did. And I really like it. So if you guys see all those bearskin commercials or whatever going out there, I do recommend their jackets. They're actually pretty sick. And bearskin, if you're watching this, I'm available. So with that, guys, again, broke-ass Rifleman's kit. You don't have to spend a ton of money to be able to have good stuff. There's a lot of really good gear out there. There's a lot of really good things that are out there that do cost a lot of money. If you're hurting for cash, and believe me, I've been there. I've been through those cycles in my life where you got like $4 and rent's due tomorrow. You have no idea how things are going to go. If that's the case, I would highly recommend first get your finances figured out. But also, if you are in a boat to where like you're like, look, man, I need kit, but I just don't have the money to afford some of this nicer stuff. You don't necessarily need super nice stuff to make it work. Is there nicer stuff out there? Is there sexier stuff out there? Absolutely. But the job can be done with simple, easy stuff. I mean, you got 4 mags here, 1 in the gun. You got a couple pockets on your jacket or on your coat. You can shove a few more mags in. If you want to rock a pistol, you could throw a holster on this belt. There's room for other stuff. There's room for more magazine pouches. There's room for more things. But then it's nice, lightweight. You can walk around with it. It's easy to use. It's something to think about as far as if you're going to spend your money and where you want to spend your money. You can cheap out a little bit and get some decent stuff still until you have the money to afford greater things. So keep that in mind, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Also, big shout out to Rebel Spirit Combative Training Applications.com. Long name, great place. It's kind of a central hub for all of your modern day Minuteman activities. You can get build lists, you can get video access to all of your favorite creators, myself included, as well as a bunch of others. You can see what's going on in the Minuteman community, trainings in your areas, meetups in your areas. Go check it out. You'll thank me for it. You can also get discounts on all of our discount codes and things that are out there that help support your favorite creators, as well as get you a discount on all of your favorite stuff. So go check that out.